It's West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Ave. With the holidays in full swing and the countdown clock ticking away, the president continued to press for the extension of the payroll tax cut for 160 million working Americans and unemployment insurance benefits for millions of others looking for work. The president urged House Republicans to put aside their political games and pass the bill that's garnered overwhelming bipartisan support in the United States Senate. That's December 16th to December 22nd, or hashtag $40. On Friday, the president traveled to National Harbor in Maryland to address the 71st General Assembly of the Union for Reform Judaism and spoke of his vision of economic prosperity at this make-or-break moment for the American middle class.
This is not just a political debate. This is a moral debate. This is an ethical debate. It's a values debate. It's the defining issue of our time. It is a make-or-break moment for the middle class and for all those who are fighting to get into the middle class.
On Saturday, the president spoke to the White House press corps about the need for the immediate passage of the proposed two-month extension of the payroll tax cut to avoid a devastating tax hike on 160 million working Americans on January 1st.
At a time when so many Americans are working harder and harder just to keep up, the extra $1,000 or so that the average family would get from this tax cut makes a real difference when you're trying to buy groceries or pay the bills, make a mortgage, or make a repair.
On Monday, with the countdown clock ticking on whitehouse.gov, the president and his administration continued to press for the immediate passage of the extension of the payroll tax cut that would stop a tax increase on 160 million Americans.
Let's not forget here what the substantive consequence of a failure to act would mean. There are economists out there who say that if we do not extend the payroll tax cut, if we do not extend unemployment insurance, it increases the possibility of a recession or increases the possibility of very slow economic growth.
On Tuesday, the president and the vice president welcomed the last troops home from Iraq with a historic ceremony at Joint Base Andrews and the return of the United States Forces Iraq colors. With the last of the troops coming home, the president marked his promise kept of ending the war in Iraq.
Long time no see.
The president then once again urged House Republicans not to allow taxes to go up on 160 million Americans.
I saw today that one of the House Republicans referred to what they're doing as, quote, high-stakes poker. He's right about the stakes, but this is not poker. This is not a game. This shouldn't be politics as usual.
On Wednesday, whitehouse.gov was flooded with more than 30,000 submissions and counting, answering the question posed by the White House Twitter account on Tuesday afternoon. What does $40 mean to you? Hashtag $40 has trended worldwide, and a random selection of 100 people who submitted their stories were invited to a conference call with Brian Deese from the National Economic Council. The president also got out of the house for some holiday shopping that day, with stops at Best Buy for gifts for his daughters, and PetSmart, where Bo didn't seem to notice that the gifts might be for him. So many aromas, so little time.
All righty. All right, I'm ready. This is Holiday Bo. These were my friends. We were shopping together. Where's the pizza?
Then the president stopped in at Del Rey Pizzeria to pick up some pies on the way home. On Thursday, the president once again spoke to White House reporters, urging House Republicans to support a bipartisan plan to keep taxes from going up. The president stood alongside people who said a tax increase would have a tangible impact on their family budget. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Bye-bye.
You know who that is? That's right.